If you missed this profitable opportunity and stayed out of this stock because technical analysis told everyone it was about to sell off, then consider our deeper analysis because it told us something different. And in just 2 weeks, we made 596% profit on our Lumentum trade from those unusual options that expired on Friday, September 19th. And so, if you've been following our work or subscribed to our channel, you'll know that on this day, September 4th, we detected an unusual trade placed by a wealthy investor. So we entered our long bullish trade based on our deeper analysis, even though technical analysis was warning the stock might sell off from extreme overbought levels on the RSI indicator. This was the video that we shared on our channel about 2 weeks ago, analyzing a $1.3 million options trade to help us determine whether to buy or sell Lumentum as the stock hit a new high. And after analyzing the data, it was clearly flashing a buy signal, telling us the stock would move even higher. So we went against technical analysis, showing overbought conditions, and still bought in based on our deep analysis. And as it turns out, that analysis was correct and highly profitable because Lumentum stock is now trading much higher at new highs. So that trade has paid off big. If you want to learn how we predicted this, we'll link this video at the top. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on these very profitable opportunities. Now, with that being said, even if you're subscribed to our channel, you might still miss out on some of our most profitable opportunities. That's because we don't always have time to make a video. Most of our time is spent analyzing data for the exclusive trades we share inside our membership. That's why we use email alerts. They're the fastest way to share trades, even when there's no video. As you can see here, this was the email we sent to members, alerting them of unusual option activity detected on September 4th. And so, we analyzed those unusual options being traded in Lumentum stock, ticker symbol LITE, and went long bullish when the stock was trading around $138 per share. Now it's trading at $168 per share. So even if you traded the stock instead of options, it's already highly profitable because we simply got in early when most people thought it was too late at the high. And so if you want to start getting access to these profitable trade alerts, including these email updates, consider joining the membership on our website. We'll put a link here. Keep in mind that if you join the membership through YouTube instead of through our website, we cannot email you these additional trade alerts because YouTube does not share your email address with us. So if you want more opportunities to profit, make sure to join the membership through our website, where you'll get full access to the trades of wealthy investors and potential insiders so you can see what the smart money is doing before the trade becomes highly profitable. Now, speaking of profits, how much did this options trade actually make? Well, let's take a closer look at our trade, the same one made by this wealthy investor, these September 19 options at the 145 strike calls. At the time, this investor bought 4,133 contracts at a price of $330 each. Since options prices are shown here, and each option contract controls 100 shares of stock, to get the dollar value, we multiply by 100 or simply move the decimal 2 places to the right. That means each options contract costs $330. And so, if we had simply bought the stock by using shares on the day we detected unusual option activity, we'd be looking at a solid 19% gain. But since we entered our bullish trade using those call options instead of just buying shares, our profits were even higher, thanks to the leverage that options provide to amplify returns, capturing even bigger gains. So let's check how much our options ended up being worth, the same one bought by this wealthy investor. This is the historical data from September 19th, the day those unusual options expired. And so, looking at the September 19 options, at the 145 strike calls, we can see that our options were worth between a bid-ask price of $2,630 to $2,690 compared to just $330 when we entered this trade. That's why it turned into such a profitable trade. So what was our return on investment? Well, this was our original analysis using the risk profile graph when we entered our trade for these September 19 options at the 145 strike calls, which are not traded anymore because they've expired. And so on this graph, our profit or loss shows up here, and the x-axis represents the share price of the stock, which is currently trading over here, and the y-axis represents the amount of profit or loss. Keep in mind, this graph already includes the cost of the trade. That's why you can see here on the blue line, if the stock had dropped down, it would have been a negative $330 loss, the entire cost of the trade when we entered. But instead, it went higher to about here. So we have a profit of $1,968 per contract. And so to calculate the profit percentage, we take the profit of $1,968 and divide it by the initial cost of $330 and then multiply by 100 to express it as a percentage, and that gives us a return of 596% profit. And remember, the stock itself only gained about 19%, but by using options instead of just buying shares, we turned that into nearly 600% profit. And so if we divide this by the 19% stock gain, we can see that's 31 times, or more than 30x the stock's move. That's the power of options. But remember, this winning trade was only possible because we followed that wealthy investor early, back on this day when many others thought it was too late. We were going against technical analysis when the stock was extremely overbought. So if you missed our original analysis, we'll link that video here so you can see exactly why we entered this trade before the stock surged higher. And head over to our website here if you want deeper insights, because the next time a wealthy investor makes an unusual trade, you'll want to be in early, not chasing. After all, if the rich get richer, why shouldn't you? Take care and have a wonderful day.